Greetings everyone, welcome to Redline Collectibles. Today's short video is going to be a quick box opening that just came in. But before we start the video, we wanted to take a pause and reflect on those who are missing, who have perished, and are in deep stress with family and friends for the flooding in Texas and New Mexico, amongst other places as well. And, you know, I just sometimes take for granted that every day is just a fun old day, you know, our hobbies and our life and our activities. But then for mysterious reasons, things happen. And we keep in mind for those that are less fortunate, and we lift up our prayers for those who are in deep stress right now. With that, let's open up some cards here. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your support of the channel. I wanted to include you on this opening because I saw pictures of the cards when they came, when the box was being prepared. And now that they're here, having you join us is such a pleasure. And, you know, again, I guess I reflect back on not taking anything for granted, and that's your presence and your support of the channel. Look at this beautiful Light My Firebird. You know, this color of blue, I've seen blues, you've seen blues, but when they're consistent like this, the Hong Kong paint, the tail lights, the shine of the Hong Kong, in this particular case, these are caps, rocker panel stripe, all the little details that sometimes get overlooked when you're chasing after, acquiring, and adding to your Redline collection. What a beautiful LMF that one is, huh, guys? Really, really love the clarity of that. Let's tip the camera a little bit this way and get this a little bit more centered as I'm looking at the video here. And that's the first card that tumbles out. We're going to be opening these up with you, like I said, and whatever comes out of the bag next comes out of the bag. So here is a Hong Kong Tri-Baby. I've had a couple of Tri-Babies recently, and when they're clean like this, they're very popular. Of course, the front part of the casting really protected the car from hitting things as it was going down the track or, you know, on the floor. The other thing I like about this Tri-Baby is the consistency of paint, Hong Kong in particular. Hong Kong has a different complexion of finish. And I'm saying that in general, not all cars, but, you know, for a lot of your Hong Kong, some people, you know, from a negative standpoint, they may see it's the fooey, you know, but just tipping this car like this, can you see the consistency of the hatch in particular to the rest of the casting? That's what I'm really zeroing in on, is the consistency of paint. Yeah, don't take that for granted. And the other thing is about the Tri-Baby, the Hong Kong Tri-Baby engines, they're a little bit duller. Is that a word? Dull? More dull? They're not as shiny as the US the Tri engines. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, beautiful shine on the base too. Look at the reds. Another car with caps, with Hong Kong, beautiful caps. I tip my hat to the consignor on this particular collection because, you know, people like you really have an eye for quality, and I really appreciate when, you know, you're, in this particular case, thinning the herd. You know, you've got doubles, triples on your Redline collection. It's like, you know, I don't need 3 or 4 or 5 blue TNT birds, right? So it's time to employ me on your best interest, on your behalf, to make the magic happen. And these are going to be run via auction. It's a nice TNT. No roundel, of course, you recognize that, but boy, another blue spoiler. Look at those 2 Hong Kongs. Completely different engines too. Notice that? Almost the same. As a matter of fact, as I'm looking at it, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are those the same engines? Or are they off a tick? Someone want to chime in on that. I'm more than, as usual, I'm more than open to your comments and suggestions. I read all of them. Really appreciate, you know, you taking the time out to, you know, clarify on a Redline casting. You know, this whole thing, here's a rumbler. There's so many variations. There's so many different attributes and particulars about Redlines that I don't know if I'll ever be able to get to the bottom of it. No, the only thing is we're missing the top on there, but that's okay. The collector told me that something like this is not of interest to them, so it's time for you to acquire. Okay, so that's there. The hooks are there, and there's 4 points of connection. Obviously, doesn't have the guide, you know, to go down the track. I don't know what it's called. I didn't do my homework yet, but I will. Little chopper action there. I'm just going to open these up on the side here. It's another. What is this? This is a very popular car here, and that would be the Continental. We ran a Continental last night. Oh, very clean reds on this one too. Those are bearing wheels. No hood nick. That's important. Let's open up the hatch and see. No overspray. The hot pink that we ran last night had overspray on it. No nick is good. Blinker lights are kind of there. A little bit of tarnish on there. A little bit of we call them age spots. Decent base. I'll put that Continental up there. The Mark III. What's next? What's going to tumble out next? Ooh, look at this. This is interesting. I really like how this consigner will take care of the wings, like on a swinging wing, or in this case, the Mighty Maverick. And this is how we end up shipping it to you when you win a car like this, as that is to protect the wing for its journey. Yeah, I love the attention to detail. Thank you so much, Mr. Consigner. Really appreciate working with you and how careful and diligent you are about taking care of your shipments. Nice yellow US Mighty Maverick here, guys. This will be someone's gem for sure. Love, love, love it when they're that clean. Of course, the original wing. We've talked about this casting in the past, and that is all one plastic piece. The interior goes all the way through. I've taken a car like this apart in the past and learned about how Mattel engineered this casting. And what a gem. That's a beautiful Mighty Mav, guys. Beautiful grill. Caps are awesome. And every single car so far has been a home run. Oh, look at this. Orange custom US Corvette. Early on, Harry Bradley design, where all the fun started. Wow. Love that orange. How about you? Are you a collector of orange Spectraflame magic? I can see why. What a gorgeous car. Not the long steering wheel, but kind of long. I'll have to check with one of our guests. His name is Shane, and he just put up a picture of all of his long steering wheels on his Corvettes. And it's kind of something to sort of chase, you know, the variation of the long steering wheel. I'm going to put this chopper up here, get some space. I'm going to put the spoiler there. TNT. Light my Firebird. I think those are the same engine, guys. I'm looking at it pretty close. I'm thinking it's the same engine. So again, I defer back to our guests. You who are watching, you know, what your thoughts are on something like that. Oh, we ran one of these last night. Here is but a different variation of color. This is a very unique color of, it looks like gold on this short order. We ran a lime last night. Gold would be a little bit tougher to find, and clean, guys. Look at the edges of this Ford F100. This engine is the same. Talking about engine similarities, this engine's the same as the Sugar Caddy. You probably know that, and also the Seasider. Beautiful. Look at the paint pooling right there. I can see paint pooling right here. And you notice right underneath here on either of those B pillars. What a beautiful short order. Do you collect short orders? Are you looking for an inclusion of your short order rainbow in gold? You may have found your ticket. This could be your car. Some other paint pooling there. Wow, this thing is beautiful. How about that? Yellow or gold and orange. Whoa, nice. Oh man, the hits just keep coming. Look at this one. Dark interior, gold on this US Cougar. Oh man. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh my. US beauty. Look how shiny, guys. Tail lights. The casting line is such a legend, isn't it? Love that dark interior. Let's put him right here. Wow, man, what a lineup. This is going to be a fun auction. Another original 16. Wow, man. Another gold. Oh my. Dark interior. US. Gold. Barracuda. I'll clean them up a little bit. Yeah, we'll get them cleaned up. Look at that shine. Gold. 2 16s. Look at that. Just slightly different, both made in the US. But it gives you an idea of the shades of Spectraflame. Good tail light paint. Fun stuff here, guys. Very, very clean. That's going to be a fun casting. Let's put some 16s up here if that's what the theme song is so far. I'll put that beautiful short order on the side here. Look at these two golds protecting the orange Corvette in the middle. Let's see if we've got some other 16s lurking here. No, not that one. Nope. Yes. Oh, these are nice. I'm just going through and see if we can keep a theme here. If the 16s are going to keep coming out of here. Oh, yes. Here's one. I knew you were going to love this one too, guys. I just know it. Another dark interior, and this is going to be a purple Hong Kong custom Barracuda. A couple little doinks here and there, but who doesn't love that color? Pins are good. Are they? Yep, pins are good. There's a Mopar engine power plant. Champagne interior. Decent Hong Kong shoes. Look at that lineup of 16s. Original 16s. Let's see if we have some others. No. Gonna cut to the chase here for you. Keep the theme going here. That's a 1969. That's another spoiler. And then the last one, just to be sure here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Really? Uh-huh. Gold baby. White interior. Whoa. It's going to be Barracuda time. I was thinking maybe it'd be a hybrid, because sometimes you'll get a gold, a US top, and a Hong Kong base. This is all US. Look at those reds. Very clean. Let's look. I may look at this under my scope. Let's see if that tire is original or not. I'll take a look at that close up. I may replace that one. is. Honey gold, light gold. How about that, guys? Honey gold, light gold. Wow. There's a quadfecta, a trifecta of Barracudas. Nice stuff. Beautiful. All right, I have some more for you. Don't go away. And then after we're done, I'll do a pan out of the cars that came in this particular collection. As long as we're talking about the Barracudas, I can't help myself. But you know what? What would help a party along well when you have a King Cuda? Now the roundel is here, but the roundel's missing over here. You see the residue from the roundel? Yeah, so I know that was on there at one time. Very bright and shiny base. Beautiful shoes. Those are all bearing wheels. The stripe is still pretty much there. Sometimes the stripe takes away from the beauty of the card. Not this one. Yeah, she's a nice one. And you're asking about the engine, huh? Okay, well, let's look. Let's do a quick comparison. Are those two engines the same? What do you think? I'm thinking yes. So the TNT Bird, King Cuda, and the Light My Firebird look like they have this the same power plant. Let's test that theory. I have one more, just from a standpoint of spoilers and what the engine type is. Here is a Nitty Gritty Kitty. It looks like the same engine. Wow. I think we're onto something with these spoilers. I never noticed that before. Did you know that? I didn't. Nice looking NGK here for sure. Nice and shiny. The Hong Kong finish on the base. Stripes are original. You can tell original stripes are a little bit narrow and a little bit wider. That is the key. Sometimes reproductions will be the same width for both stripes, but originals are narrow and a little bit wider. So you know that's authentic. Let's put these two spoilers together. Yep, I'm thinking it's the same engine, guys. Every time I do a box opening, it's another eye opener. Something you learn along the way with this hobby. As I said earlier, it's a never-ending fun journey of just the creation and the engineering that Mattel did. Look at this beautiful, it looks like it's a lime yellow maybe on this Mantis. On lime yellow, that's a nice clean car. That'll be fun. Put him up there. Obviously the engine's different. I thought I saw another one. Let's look. No. Oh, here we go. There's another spoiler. I thought there was a. So we talked about the engine on the short order. Here is the same engine that was incorporated into the Sugar Caddy. Look at that front grille. Isn't that beautiful? Glass. I'll get that cleaned up a little bit. I use a combination of purified water and Q-tips to kind of get the cars cleaned up. It looks like was a casting offset? No, just the way it is. So let's grab the short order and I'll show you what I mean about the engines. See, the engines are the same. And then take a look at the Seasider, be the same thing. That's a nice clean caddy right there. All caps. Oh, I know. It looks like this cap is in a little bit farther than this side. And it's something you don't move. You don't move the axle back and forth. It's set when they did the post. So that's why it looks like this is proper and this is indented a little bit. You see the difference between the two, those tires? Not a negative, because it's so darn clean. You know, when you get a clean green caddy like that, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Beautiful. Beautiful. A couple more for you. I don't want to make this too long, but you know, this is the this will be a popular car. This is a yellow AMX2. Beautiful. This one's clean, shiny too. It's a nice little specimen, huh? AMX2. Always look for the tabs. Make sure you have tabs on yours. I don't ever lift them up. I don't know anybody that does that. And when they're broken, typically someone tried to do that. They tried to lift the tabs open. Like, I don't want to do that. Not going to take a chance. Three more. Oh, this is fun. A Tom Daniels design, 1970. Tom Daniels and 1970. What do you think? If you said sand crab, bingo. Another yellow. Beautiful with no stickers on it. I kind of like it that way. We've talked about this before, but sometimes the stickers will take away. When I'm talking about stickers, I mean water slides, the flowers. The flowers sometimes will take away from the beauty of the car. Now, that said, if they're placed properly and the pedals aren't broken or, you know, worn off over time, also the front brow of a sand crab, important to see that clean like that. And absolutely awesome caps. Tail light paint 100%. Roll bar clean. Glass not scratched up. Again, I'll give these guys a little bit clean. I'm very, very careful when I clean the cars. Like I said, a Q-tip with purified water. We're out here in God's country, and I actually use the purified water that comes right from the spring when I go over the cars very gently so I don't mess up the Spectraflame. And why do I say that? Because sometimes the Hong Kong, mostly Hong Kong reds, Hong Kong yellows, sometimes that paint will actually be disturbed even with purified water. Oh, very, very clean on this Tri-Baby. Look at the difference in color. These two Tri-Babies, the both Hong Kong, which is a little bit more coveted. How about that for the beginning of a bow or addition to your bow? Those two beautiful Tri-Babies. Let's just check out the engine to see my inquisitive nature here about how the engines on the Hong Kong sometimes are a little bit more dull than the US. Yeah, they're about the same. Both beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Consigner. All right, so we're going to put these up here. I'm going to push this one over. Put these two Tri-Babies together. Love those colors. Let's make some space here. Again, I'll go through a quick tally of the cars so that we can look at them together. I'll leave this nitty-gritty kitty sitting out there while he's waiting for his friend, and that's going to be this last car. And then these will all be going to auction. If you like something ahead of time, you want to get a hold of me, I'm happy to work with you. We can work out a deal. But I'll tell you what, the grand finale, you will not be disappointed. Look how red and glossy this crab is. You know, sometimes common red lines really get your attention when they're clean. Even like splitting images and turbo fires, you know, the concept cars, some of the normal everyday stuff. Wait a minute, did I see? Oh, I do have one more. There's one more besides this. Okay, I thought there was one more. Again, roll bar, no flowers. Did not paint the tail lights on the red. Caps off to the moon. Absolutely gorgeous. Super clean. Little gunmetal on that base. Now there's something to behold. Let's give him a partner. I have one more. And that is the theme of today's box opening is gold. Ooh, it's an early run. Lola GT70. I have that right? Yeah. And this guy, no back, no stop, which is early, and no stickers. Gosh, another beautiful car. No stickers. Again, it takes away from the beauty. The edges, this is almost like a platinum. When you look at it this way, it almost looks platinum. Boy, that's a beautiful gold. So let's stop the turning. Let's get these guys switched here for you this way. put these gorgeous pieces together for you. A little Christmas in July right there, the red and the green. Let's do a camera overview of the cars from today's box opening. Again, thank you so much for being here and supporting the channel. I know we're at 25 plus minutes, but they were so beautiful, and I wanted to share this awesome stuff with you. There you go. How about that? What a nice lineup. This will be for an upcoming auction, huh? Can really sink your teeth into some of those beautiful red lines. Yellows and golds today, guys. Spoilers, Barracudas. Such an awesome display of Mattel magic. The Spectraflame era here at Redline Collectibles. Until we meet again, keep those in mind for those in Texas and New Mexico. Pray for the families. Pray for finding the victims who are still missing. God bless everybody. See you again. Bye.